We're here.
We're here again.
Back.
And as any good father, I would be
Good
afraid
man.
for
Yeah.
my child to fly into a tornado.
Well,
Well,
maybe.
what?
Well, maybe.
Maybe yes or maybe no.
Yeah. All right. That's yeah, I feel it.
You maybe yes. Okay, yeah. And so he's telling him no, but he's gonna do it anyway. And so they're prepping bombs. Nova and Maddie, they seem to kind of be hitting it
Yeah,
off.
getting frisky.
She can't get with the old bull, so she wants the young calf.
That's right. And she has a scar on her leg.
So she grabs him by the weenus.
His penis.
Weenus.
No, that's his elbow.
That is your. That's not true.
Yeah, I think it is.
Your weenus and your vagina.
I think that's right.
No. Yeah. So they have like a mini crush on each other, and then she reveals the reason for the scar. Guess what? A shark bit her.
I did guess that earlier.
A shark actually ate her whole family too, and she was the only one to survive.
That's why she doesn't like sharks. Man.
But meanwhile, Baz is working on a plan B. He's rigging up bombs to the Humvee, saying he's going to sacrifice himself to drive the vehicle into the Twisters if it comes to that. And he's like, Finn, you stay on the ground with Aprilor and Chloe and the other flight school people. You kill the sharks that are raining down once the Twisters die, because there's just going to be sharks everywhere.
Rain on me. Yeah.
What was that song?
A Who song? Rain over me.
Purple sharks, purple sharks.
That's right. Barracuda.
That's just Barracuda.
Dun, dun, dun.
So in the sky, Matt and Nova, they fly straight into the tornadoes while Finn's just shooting shark. Oh, because the tornadoes were spinning the sharks, right? They couldn't dodge them, so Finn's on the ground with a pistol, just pointing up at the tornado, just shooting sharks out of the sky that are close to the helicopter.
Badass. Go Finn.
And they neutralized two of the Twisters actually rather easily, and the ground team just killing sharks. But Baz, he gets attacked and swept away.
Not Baz.
Yeah.
Not Finn's friend.
So now he's dead. And Finn and the ground crew, they decide to, while the sharks are raining down, they're like, we got to save this retirement home. There's all these old folks here that are swimming in the pool at the retirement home, and they don't realize that sharks are going to land in their pool.
Or in a NATO.
And that they're coming in a tornado. So they save them all right as the sharks come raining down on their pool. And then with one last and the biggest of Twisters remaining, Nova throws the bomb in, but it doesn't work.
It's not neutralized.
They don't have any other bombs.
It eats it.
And so they're like, all right, we got to get down to get something else. A shark. It chomps its jaws onto the chopper's like skis, whatever the feet of the wheels of it are. And they're just like going. They're tipping sideways in the air. And as it tips, Nova falls out. And she just gets swallowed whole by a great white in the tornado.
She's with her family now.
Well, a terrified Matt watches. Matt makes it down, crashes the helicopter, and Finn realizes that once he gets him kind of back up, the third Twister must be stopped. He's like, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. No shit.
And so he drives the Humvee close to the Twister. He sets the bomb, jumps out at the last minute. It does a nasty jump into it. The explosion stops the Twister.
Whoa!
And sharks are raining down around all of them because it's the biggest Twister.
Rain over me.
Finn is returning to the group and sees a shark soaring through the air straight at his daughter Chloe's back. He's like, Chloe, get out of the way.
There's a shark.
He's like, hi, Dad, I see you too. And he's like, get out of the way.
That's right.
So he gets up right to her, pushes her out of the way, starts his chainsaw, puts his arms up to cut it, but gets swallowed whole.
Big shark.
One goal. And then all the loved ones are looking on. The shark's on the ground flopping around. Then its stomach wriggles, and suddenly Finn cuts through the shark from the inside and
Right.
emerges just covered in flesh.
Luke from a tauntaun. Yeah.
And then reaching in, he pulls out fucking Nova. I was like, it's the same shark that ate
He's there
her?
too, of course. And they had sex in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That way nobody knows. What happens inside the great
The
white
great
stomach
white, the great work. Yeah.
stays inside this great white shark stomach.
Inside the great work. Yeah.
Work. But she's unconscious, so they pull her out. She's covered
Rape.
in goo, and a shark goo covered Nova gets CPR from a smitten Matt, and she survives.
Thank
Except
God. The
he didn't
chainsaw.
do CPR. He didn't do any chest compressions. He like
Mouth
reached
to
for
mouth.
her chest. He like kind of grabbed her boobs and was like, "We got to do mouth to mouth." So then he just wiped it and kissed her, and then she, oh,
Yeah, she just needed true love. It's more symbolic than you're thinking,
she
Brandon.
needed felt up and kissed, and she's back. And then April kisses
Oh,
the
poetic
super
that way.
gooey Finn. I was like, are they gonna get back together? She hated him.
Well, he killed all these sharks. Now he's a good dad.
It seemed like a bad, shaky divorce, but that is the end. And just like they do in the Scandinavian, it says Finn, which is
Of
end.
course. And the tackle box never came back, I
No,
realize.
they didn't. And then they did an end credits, like Seth style, where they did all the unimportant characters first with their names, and then they did like the main characters at the very end of the credits. They didn't get their spotlight right after the movie, and they did it.
That style.
They did it bad way. But there also was an original Sharknado song. But that's the end of Sharknado. And obviously, you've got quotes from 2013 when you first watched this. You've kept them all these years.
I did, but I am protesting the treatment of the Uyghur people in China. They're not being treated well.
You heard it here first. He's protesting Tiger King being in China.
Get out of there, Joe.
So I have, I think, 13 quotes. Baz at one point goes,
Give me one of them to start
"Oh,
with.
okay." Baz at one point goes, "Storm's dying down." Nova's like, "How can you tell?" He's like, "Not as many sharks flying around." I was like, "Oh,
That's right.
okay." Yeah,
Weatherman.
obviously. Um, there's a moment when Nova and Matt are making the bombs. She just goes, "The sharks, they took my grandfather. And that's why I really hate sharks." And Matt like crosses arms and goes, "No, I really hate sharks too." Like, stupid. You're so in love. Um, Baz at one point, living flooded with bloody water. He just goes, "Oh, looks like it's that time of the month again." I was like, "God damn it!" They had to make that joke.
Good bit, yeah.
And then one that Devon asked me if I took that I had to take. Nova goes, "We're gonna need a bigger chopper."
From Jaws.
From Jaws, the exact quote from Jaws.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a moment when they stop in a convenience store to stock up on supplies. The convenience store clerk is like, "Apocalypse my ass." He's here in the news. This isn't the end of the world. They're not angry with us. The aliens aren't coming down. It's the government with a big capital G. They're behind everything. They know what we buy. They know what we eat, where we go to the bathroom. They even know what kind of cheese I like. Pepper Jack. They control it all and the weather too. And I gotta hand it to them. Sharks. I never saw that coming.
Fucking government sharks. He's right, though.
And pepper jack, good cheese.
It's up there, my favorite. I like Havarti lately.
I love Havarti. Oh, I had some Havarti yesterday.
Imagine Pavarti from Survivor eating some Havarti.
Parvati, you mean? Not Pavarti?
No, I mean Pavarti, a different character.
Oh. Do you see the cast for Survivor 50?
No, is it All Stars?
Yeah, it's like people voted on it. Mike White's going back.
Oh, the gay School of Rock man.
Yep. And Sari and Ozzy's going back like decades later.
Is Sandra going back?
Sandra's not. Boston Rob's not. Parvati's not.
Tony's
not.
Tony's not.
So, but
Richard Hatch, the dead first winner.
no, he's not coming back. But I saw Mike White, so I had to bring that up.
Wow. friend of the show.
Next, Nova shoots a shark, the one that flew out of the manhole. And I don't know what the context is. She just like it flies out and she just goes, "Oh, it's because April called her a stripper." She shoots the shark and she goes, "Oh, and I'm not a stripper." I was like, "Okay, because you shoot a
It's
shark
better out
doesn't
of
mean you're a
context.
stripper."
Yeah.
Um, there's a moment when they're at the retirement home. This guy Derek goes, "Hey man, there's a shark in your pool," and Bobby, the other old guy, just goes, "What?" I was like, "Okay,
You can't hear him.
good writing." Um, Nova talking to George in the bar. She goes, "What did I tell you, George? You could touch everything in this bar except for me."
Hmm.
He's getting a little handsy.
That's pretty poignant.
And then a George quote as
Fire's back.
the bar is like going to town, but he's just sitting on his, or the bar is like going up, just being flooded sharks, but he's still sitting on his stool and he just goes, "Hey, can I get some more of them tasty nuts?"
He's horny.
Oh man, he's so horny. Um, there's a moment when the news, they go, "The eye of the hurricane, David, is continuing its relentless impact on the streets of Los Angeles." And most surprisingly and most shockingly, sharks are coming ashore in Los Angeles. It's like, yeah, that is most shockingly, obviously. There's a moment when they're driving in the car. Nova they're like, "Are we sure we've got enough protection?" Nova cocks the fucking shotgun with his daughter and ex-wife sitting in the car. He just looks over and he goes, "Not gonna lie, it's kind of hot when you do that."
Very hot. Dad's horny.
And here's another one. It's them talking. I think it's Baz and Finn talking, and he goes, "Look, it's a water spout. It's when a tornado forms over the ocean and sucks the water up into the air." And Baz just goes, "What?" I was like, I thought he explained it pretty well.
Pretty good.
Pretty good explanation. So those are my 13 quotes. And it's ratings time. Thermometer?
Oh, this is for the folks at home. I get to guess along. How did Devon do?
He hasn't guessed, but he is there was no, because it's a TV movie. It's a TV movie. He was within 8 on both, so he's up 2-0.
On Seth. All right, who we have to beat. And if Seth loses, he has to register as a sex offender on every job application he has in the future.
It's a high stakes one.
That's right. So I'm gonna guess the thermometer score. 14%.
And Seth wins.
What is it?
A 77.
I was wondering. I was picking a direction to go. Okay.
And then the people.
The people's weed give this 85.
Seth wins. It's a 35.
Oh, I'm letting Seth down. That seems backwards. Okay.
That's what I'm looking it up right now to make sure I didn't do it backwards.
That seems backwards.
You would have still lost on both of them, but
yeah, that just
But for clarity's sake, nope, that was right. IMDb Metascore.
The Metas gave this a 53.
God, Seth wins. It's not applicable. He's up 3-2-0 right now.
God damn it! I sold Devon so hard.
And then audience score out of 10.
3 point. Oh no. Redact. You said this was on our bad movie list. I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
Oh, you're within 8. It's a 3.3.
Wow, I almost sold that again.
But Seth wins, which means he doesn't have to register on the sex offender list. Yeah. Wait, you were the loser. You only got 1.
No. It's like a baseball game. I didn't start it.
Oh, Devon. Okay. Devon. You were the you were the relief pitcher. You don't get the win or loss in the column.
That's right. I think maybe I have that backwards, but yeah.
Sorry, Devon. Yeah, you got to register now. So critics gave it a 77 and users a 35 and a 33. From your watchings years ago, what is your score?
It did evolve. The first time I hated it when I was a bit of a Philistine, a bit of a rube. And then once I grew a pair of film nuts, saw it again. I saw some of its merits. I think I'm probably around like a 5.3 for Sharknado.
Okay.
Um, in my memory, the campy bits are fun. Some interesting bits, obviously pretty shitty, but not in like you know what I mean, like a way.
Well, I am lower than you. It's very shitty, but it's not like you can tell that it's a made for television sci-fi movie with the white balance changes in the CGI. So there's a little fun to be had with it in the B movie cult classic kind of era. It's still not amongst my favorites of them by any means because it is over the top campy with just the premise itself. But it's not dog shit in the one territory. I'm probably a 3.8.
Okay. I will defer to you as the man who lives in a box.
I don't know what that means, but okay. And then I've got two critics.
Big Rog.
Mary McNamara at LA Times says
McNamara. Yeah.
the plot holes are the whole point of the movie like this. Fabulous in-home commentary, often accompanied by the consumption of many alcoholic beverages.
9 out
Oh,
of 10.
no, she didn't give it a rating. Oh. Why didn't you turn your mic off for that?
I thought about it.
But it adds charm.
Yeah.
And then the other one's by Kim Newman at Empire. She says cynical rubbish with an attention-getting title and just enough footage of terrible CG sharks and a terrible CG tornado chomping on people to fill out a trailer suitable for attracting YouTube hits. They get why this was made.
They don't get the what though.
Oh, just the
what
why.
this is made. Yeah.
And then users. Normal 7, Snoopy
Song
style.
Snoopy Bird.
Snoopy Bar says, I remember this being celebrated as a fun, bad movie. Well, they have it half right. This is bad, full stop. Everything about this movie is bad. It's so bad that I can see people laughing at this. I'm not in the mood, and it gets real boring real fast. Turn off your brain and heat up the bong. Maybe there's a fun time
Hell
to be
yeah,
had.
Snoopy.
It also hurts to see this a decade later. There is a joy of participation that is longer around, and I am judging this movie only as a movie. 3 out of 10.
Hell yeah, Snoopy. He said bong.
Just
But
because he said
harsh.
bong, that's it.
That's right.
Next is by PM Telephone.
Returner.
I don't remember. They said Sharknado is one of a kind. Somehow it manages not to just be another silly sci-fi movie. Much of the credit has to go to the cast. They are all very likable in the movie. They play it straight, and that makes the movie that much more fun. There's a ton of imagination in this movie, and the kills are great. Sharknado is lots of fun. Honorable mention, a dreamy Cassandra Skirbo. 8 out of 10.
Pedophile.
Are you sure? I don't think Cassandra Skirbo was a child at this time.
He is still a pedophile.
Oh, okay. Next, Cricket Bar.
Oh, Returner. We love this guy.
They say, I knew the reputation of Sharknado before I watched it, so I had some expectations of enjoyment. This movie did not meet those expectations. From the terrible acting to the poorly written dialogue to the pitiful visual effects, I was just annoyed by the movie. Maybe you need to be in the right mood or with the right people, but I just felt like watching Sharknado was a waste of my time. 3 out of 10. It's
So around about your thoughts too. Yeah. Second person who said you need to be in a good mood for it. Maybe that's true.
Next, Ashford Official.
This guy's a returner.
They said, so dot dot dot. I'm guessing this is where Donald Trump got the idea of nuking hurricanes. 1 out of 10.
Oh. Get this guy on late night. He's got zingers.
Hey. Couple more short ones. Jacob John Taylor 1. This is a returner.
Ooh, he's a returner.
He says, okay, Jaws is a better movie than this. But really, This is not one of the worst movies ever. The Godfather Part 3 is one of the worst movies ever. So is The Godfather Part 2 and The fucking Godfather.
Oh,
Also, fuck Silence of the Lambs. But this is a great
whoa.
movie. It has a great storyline. It's got great acting, and it is very scary. 9 out of 10.
I don't know about this guy.
I thought he just had a vendetta for
That's funny. That was
Godfather
good
and then
delivery too.
threw in
Yeah.
Silence of the
Silence of the
Lambs.
Lambs too. You had a good delivery on that. That was good.
Thank you. Penultimate is by Adon Santos.
Ooh, Returner.
They say only watch it, comma, to make you feel like you could have done way better, comma, even if you are blind, deaf, limbless, or never have used a computer before and don't know what a camera is. 1 out of 10.
What would be the toughest out of all of those if you had all those afflictions to make a film? Blind?
Probably limbless.
I think I could make a movie better limbless than I could blind.
Blind would be tough. Shit.
To make a movie? Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
another
I think it's
medium.
got to
I
be
don't
blind.
know.
I think it's got to be blind.
Maybe it'd be
Music.
interesting though.
Be a music producer. Something.
Use your ears.
And then my last one, Curse of Egypt.
This is a returner.
They say, confused. I am wondering, is the Sharknado in the movies megalodons or some other type
No.
of shark? It looks like megalodons to me.
No.
10 out of 10.
Oh. They said great white a lot, I thought.
They did. But 10 out of 10, just for the
Okay.
thought that maybe it could be a megalodon.
Brandon,
Yes.
are you recommending this film?
I think surprisingly, I'm going to say yes.
Even with the score, interesting.
I think it's just one of those kind of campy movies that you should probably just watch at some point in your life. Even if you just watch it with like it's on the back, you don't have to like tune into it. Like Marina was sitting there watching it with me, but like she didn't really fully understand it, but she could say she watched it because there's at one point she, wait, how did the twisters go away? I was like, oh, they blew them up. She's like, they blew them up. I'm glad I didn't watch this, but she kind of did watch it because
I was kind of glad.
So I will, but only see it once. Lucas?
I think I'll say for similar reasons. It's almost like part of our cultural DNA at this point. It is seeped into our societal elements in that regard. So for that reason, I'll recommend.
I got megalodons and tornadoes inside my DNA.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sharks in this tornado.
Sharks in my DNA. Arr.
Arr.
And so that's going to end Sharknado. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you, Devon. Next week, we're kicking off the Space Sluts.
Ah! I didn't hear that sound again, but yeah.
Oh, that's right. You can't hear it. So what's the point? Hopefully. Did you hear it further away?
No.
God damn it. Now I'm going to have to add those in. We've at least got for sure 3, and then trying to figure out the masterpiece. Next week is Starship Troopers, kind of another kind of like cult classic movie.
Verhoeven.
Yeah, and then we'll do Atlas, we'll do Jupiter Ascending, and then we'll still have to decide on our masterpiece, but we'll get there. So with that, we'll bid you shark douche.
That's good. Now what do we do now?
Just end your Audacity like normally.
Oh, I didn't do my Audacity like normally.
Oh, you never did it?
I forgot to. I was so worked up about my new mic.
Oh, so
I don't know why that's why we clapped too. I was like, why? But I get it now.
It was just a backup.
I don't have a backup then.
That's fine. I'm gonna listen back to some of these. When you hold it and you move the mic a lot, it gives like a
ooh, like a cool thing.
No, not like a cool thing. Like a mic is moving.
Oh,
not like a cool thing.
I have a mic stand for it.
Oh, sick!
But I do like this. Yeah,
you like that more.
I think I'm gonna just unplug it and use it teaching because it's like a.
Don't even have it turned on, just like as a prop.
Exactly. Hey, welcome in.
What's up with that? You're like doing stand up.
I always do stuff like that. Yeah, I always say tip your waiter. None of them ever get it.
None of them ever tip either.
Very rarely.
My uncle went to Texas Roadhouse, ordered $44 worth of Texas Roadhouse by himself, and then tipped $7.
Oh, come on, Ivan.
No, not Ivan. This is Uncle Mark.
Oh, come on, Mark.
Yeah.
All righty. I will see you, Brandingo. Do I have to hit end over here?
You don't have to do it. Yeah, I mean, you can just exit out of the call.
Leave. Okay. I'll see you, Brando.
See you, Luco.